This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, June 2nd.
Well, luckily, no injuries as a result of a structure fire that occurred over the weekend. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, along with Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, were dispatched to a structure fire on Monday night on Wilson Road. Upon arrival, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Fire Chief Scott Lewis reports that he found a mostly extinguished front porch that was on fire. 2 individuals were able to egress from the manufactured dwelling uninjured. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue checked for extensions and further extinguished the fire. The cause of the blaze is unknown at this time, however, appears to be accidental in nature.
And in other local news, the principal of Pahrump Valley High School, Desiree Veloz, talks to us about this year's commencement ceremony and how this was his first of many years to come.
So we had Mickey Bresnahan, he was our valedictorian, and we had Teddy Lieber, he was our salutatorian, both just absolutely excellent students who worked so hard this year. And then of course we had JoJo and Louis Spasato up at the front. Mr. Heron is an English teacher at the high school, but he is also the cross-country coach. He runs with our kids, he brings high energy. Teddy Lieber referenced cross country in his speech, and that is definitely connected to Mr. Heron. He brings a lot of fire, and it's really positive for kids. This year was a little bit easier than last year because last year we were kind of in that can we have it, can we not have it? So we had a very short amount of time that we were able to have it, so we had to pull it together very quickly. And this year we just had our minds, this is what we're doing, very hopeful, and we were able to achieve that, and we had plenty of time to plan it. So it was my first year as the principal at Pahrump Valley High School, however, not my first time at Pahrump Valley High School. So I've been assistant principal and I've been an English teacher, and the year was absolutely different. We all had hoped that it would be a typical year. We said it was going to be typical, and then, it just was not. We started the year still battling having to wear masks, which, neither here nor there, good or bad, but it definitely has an impact on our students and on our staff to wear a mask all day. So that went away, that was beautiful, but students also had to transition back from being completely virtual, and some were hybrid, to being in the halls of Pahrump Valley High School, 1,300 plus students, a lot going on. It just was a re-entry into system, and overall there were challenges, but man, what a wonderful year. And I think kids just did an excellent job. Kids are resilient. They asked good questions and provided good feedback. I think we tried to kind of keep their needs at the front of it. I have a high school student myself, and so I watched what it felt like for her to be away from her friends. That was a different challenge than what I had as an adult. And then to come back to school, she'd never walked the halls of Pahrump Valley High School at full capacity. That was a lot, and so we just tried to keep those things in our minds and how to work with kids and support them through that. And overall, I think we did a pretty good job, and I'm just really excited for what next year has to bring. I know that it wasn't our biggest graduating class. We had that a couple of years ago, but it was a fairly typical number, I would say. And I just hope for them, I hope happiness above anything. Whether they go to college, they join the military, they start working for a family business or go on their own adventures. I really want the students to see themselves, believe in themselves, and truly reach for happiness.
Well, local Darcy Spalding talks to us about a senior lady who has repairs that she needs done to her vehicle. Spalding was able to get a family member to help labor costs, but is asking anyone who would like to donate for the parts to get this lady back on the road safely.
As you know, lately, well, not lately, last couple of years, everybody's fallen on hard times. So this woman has fallen on hard times with repairs to this van. She's a close friend of mine, and I would really like the community to come together and help her out. She's a single woman. She's been widowed for 15 years. She's all alone here. There's a lot of things wrong with it. First off, the radiator. What else is wrong with it? Rack and pinion. My son-in-law is going to go through it and diagnose everything and come up with but he's going to do the labor for free. So we're going to have a better total tomorrow of what the cost is going to be. Other mechanics have looked at it, and they've estimated around $1,200. So that's pretty much what our estimate was. But my son-in-law is going to donate the labor for free, and so you can stop by Express Diesel and Auto at 970. Pahrump Valley Boulevard, or give us a call at 775-751-2020.
Boy, have we got a treat for you. If you're fans of the original Incredible Hulk, we have a special guest for you after the break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, candidate for Nevada Governor John Lee speaks to News 25 about his ongoing campaign.
Nevada's got issues under Steve Sisolak. I mean, without a doubt. And if we go 4 more years with Sisolak, we're not even going to be a right-to-work state anymore. This country is turning very quick in a very, very not positive direction, I should say. So I think we need to have some leadership that's got good values and common sense and has been in business and understands the political arena a little bit and has been very successful in those locations, and that's me. We've got 2 or 3 years that we're down to 30% right now. Any water that we're not using and staying in conservation is staying in Lake Mead. So rather than let our water just go down onto California and they get it for free, we're being very, very wise with it.
So recently we've had a lot of issues with election problems. What's your thoughts on the election and problems recently that we had?
Yeah, I wasn't in that cycle. I just voted like everybody else did. So, and I never had any irregularities in my life. But I will tell you, I have enough people like you that are friends that are pretty smart. They had 5 or 6 ballots delivered to them, and they didn't turn them in, of course, but I do believe that this election will be the most watched election ever. And I will tell you, in this country, Vern, there's 3 things that we still do. We put our hand over our heart for the Pledge of Allegiance, we stand for the national anthem, and we vote. Those are the 3 things that make us feel like, we pledge allegiance to this country. If voting isn't considered safe, then we don't have a safe country. And we need to make sure we have a leader up there who's watching out and protecting our state and calling things out and checking things. Why are we paying such high prices? The small business is the backbone of your whole economy in this area. The first problem that small business guys are having is they need to get capital. If we keep up at the pace we're at right now, Vern, I do believe, once again, we won't be a right-to-work state. I think, the unions, everybody will have to unionize under this regime of Governor Sisolak, and we'll all just work for somebody, and you'll have a yellow uniform and I'll have a green uniform. These houses that's going on, the bubble that's happening right now, will bust. So we have to have jobs that you produce something here and get sent somewhere else, because you can't count on this gaming, tourism, and hospitality anymore. So that's what your governor needs to be looking. When North Las Vegas hired me, they didn't hire me to figure out how many street lights can I get fixed, how many potholes need to be fixed. You hire John Lee to know where we'll be 10 years from now, and that's what we'll do at this state. And I took the bond ratings from junk, all 3 rating agencies up to A in 7 years. That's what you need in a governor. You need a guy that says run a business, understands business, and works with business to make sure everyone succeeds. With John Lee, you're going to get somebody who's going to work very hard. I'm the mayor of the 3rd largest city in the state of Nevada. I've never heard from Governor Sisolak. He's never called me up and said, I'm thinking about shutting down schools. I'm thinking about shutting down churches. What do you think? I never get a question from him. He calls California, what are you guys doing? And he just does that. You need to be able to communicate with the state government. Business needs surety that their governor knows what they're going through.
Well, if you are suffering from mid-back pain, Dr. Lewis from Spring Mountain Medical is going to tell us how he might be able to help.
Hi, I am Dr. Lewis. Welcome to this edition of the Medical Minute. Today's topic is mid-back pain. There can be many causes of mid-back pain, but we will review a few for you here today. Initially, we need to determine if your mid-back pain is from organ pain inside your body or whether it's from a musculoskeletal origin. When pain is internal, an ultrasound can be ordered to see where it's coming from. If you have some difficulty taking a full breath, it can be with or without pain. This can be from a rib out of place. This can happen from improper sleeping positions or a sports injury. When you have pain that seems to refer underneath your right shoulder blade, this can be important because it can be an indicator of a problem with your gallbladder. Whatever your problem may be, call and make an appointment to see what we can do for you. My name is Dr. David Lewis, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Well, all you comic book and Marvel fans, tomorrow is a very special day at Hypno Comics. And here is a Hulk of a man, the Lou Ferrigno, to tell you all about it.
Hi everybody, Big Lou Ferrigno here. This Friday, June 3rd, I'm coming to sign at Hypno Comics. That's in Palm Rock from 3 to 6 p.m. And you know that's on 720 East Street, Suite number 1 in Palm Rock, Nevada. Once again, this Friday, June 3rd, I'm coming to Palm Rock. I'm going to be signing and meeting all my fans at Hypno Comics from 3 to 6. See you then. Come on down because I want to meet you all. Looking forward to come back. And I never have so much fun in a town like Palm Rock.
All
exciting.
right, totally fangirling
Came
out.
back,
Yes.
I know.
Oh,
He's
yes.
such a nice guy, too.
Nice.
Last time he was here, he's a fantastic guy.
Love it.
Gonna be
Head
lots
on
of fun.
down there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back, where we're saluting all cancer survivors. National Cancer Survivor Day is coming up this Sunday. And as Brittany Harris reports, one man who had kidney cancer didn't even realize he was ill until he went for a routine checkup.
For 8 years, I've been right on the button to schedule that physical sometime in September. My birthday, September 2nd.
But last year, Bill Cosgrove decided to postpone his physical.
It felt so good, and I felt nothing was changing, that I procrastinated a little bit because of COVID. Something you shouldn't do, I learned.
He wound up scheduling his exam at Cleveland Clinic a few months later, and it was at that time his doctor noticed something unusual.
He looked at me and said, you know, everything else seems to be in line, but the triglycerides are so far off that let's do an ultrasound just to make sure that the liver is healthy.
During the ultrasound, they also looked at his kidneys and found what appeared to be a dark spot, so his doctor ordered a CT scan.
Dr. Lang called me and told me that it's definitely a tumor. It was almost like an out-of-body experience because I felt no different than I've ever felt.
His doctors wasted no time devising a treatment plan, and by January, Bill was heading into surgery to get the tumor removed.
So he has an excellent prognosis of probably greater than 90 or greater than 95% chance that he'll stay cancer-free forever without any further treatment.
Bill says he was relieved to be okay and encourages others not to put off their annual physical.
Really, without just going that extra step of preventative care, were we able to detect a tumor that would have been non-detected until it was highly problematic, right? So we feel very fortunate.
For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Rawl.
Researchers say kidney cancer is among the 10 most common forms of cancer in both men and women. Unfortunately, symptoms of kidney cancer are not often apparent until late in the disease, so it's important for you to get routine checkups.
That's for sure. Well, nearly everything we do online requires a password, but it can be tricky to manage all those letters and numbers. Today, Josh Osborne from Great Computer Deals here in Pahrump has some tips for how to best organize and remember them.
Hi guys, Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial, viewer question edition. One viewer asks, how do I organize my password? Oh, this is a good one. Believe it or not, this is the #1 issue we have at our store and repair center. People don't remember their passwords because they're not committed to properly recording them. You have 3 options. Number 1, use a little black book to write everything down. It's a good idea. Number 2, use a software program on your computer that helps you organize and log your various online accounts. Great idea. Number 3, use a smartphone app to keep you committed to recording and saving your passwords. Because who doesn't always have their smartphone on them, right? That's the best idea. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
All right, in today's very special Save a Pet, Darby is greeting us with a beautiful dog right now named Henry, who's available for adoption.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Henry. Henry is a very, very, very energetic and loving heeler mix. He is a young adult. Beautiful coloring. He's primarily white and this beautiful ginger color. He has these cute little ginger markings on the top of his head and beautiful goldish eyes and just this cute little pinky and brown nose. An adorable little dog. He is extremely affectionate, very, very loving, very high energy. He would make a wonderful friend. If you want
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's a gorgeous post-Memorial Day weekend. The unofficial start of summer has begun.
Ooh.
Beautiful weather, don't you think?
I love this, and I love the clouds. I love this shot.
Yes, gorgeous. Closer look at more weather after the break.
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios on a Thursday. Looking pretty good out there. Look at Fernley and Fallon, 83, 84 degrees. Carson City, the cool spot in the state once more. Hey, you finally winning back your honor. 78 degrees up there. Tonopah, 81, 82 out in Amargosa. Beatty's got 91, Sweating Donkeys, 96 in Amargosa, and 100 degrees, triple digits out there in Las Vegas. You're the winner chicken dinner for this evening's Weather-rama. 107 degrees out in Death Valley. Take California honors, I guess. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, here we go. 94 degrees. That's our current temperature. It was 95 just a titch earlier, and the winds felt great at 12 miles per hour out of the south-southwest, kind of battling that heat a little bit. It's the cool side of hot, and I'm enjoying it this week. Sun rose this morning at 5:27 a.m. Setting this evening in just a little bit, 7:56. Look for it. We'll have some cloudy skies. Beautiful colors in the sky as we head to our low of 67 tonight. Great night to sleep on the front porch and, set yourself up for this gorgeous weekend. What do we got going? Clouds, a couple, 3 days. Winds throughout the week for about 10 miles per hour. That would be our average in those temperatures. Creeping out of the mid-90s into the upper 90s. Hitting 101 on Wednesday, 102 on Thursday. Oh, Lord, it's getting hot. It's starting to be like summer, and that's what we like around here. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, triple digits.
They keep threatening with them, right?
Yeah, I can handle it. Can you?
She knows
100.
She knows I don't enjoy the extreme temperatures.
Hey,
I like
desert
I'm
weather.
taking advantage of the moments when it's a little bit cooler. I'm still liking the night times.
That's
it's still
right.
really good.
Well, there's a great place we can hang out next week.
I know. Well,
this weekend. Movies in the desert. It won't be too hot. Yeah.
You know what's so great is I'm just having so much fun with the temperatures.
I
They're
love it.
going to stay for Movies in the Park.
In Deutsch Memorial Park, right?
The movie Sing is playing on June 4th. It starts at dusk. desk, Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, right there on Honeysuckle between Dandelion and Pahrump Valley Boulevard.
Nice.
Come on down, bring your chairs. It's free.
Yes, and I love that flyer too. Very artistic.
If you miss it, it's on our KPVM Facebook page.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Good night.
I'm Deanna.
I'm Unette.